Reggiano. You can make it with Parmesan cheese or you can make it with any kind of cheese that you have. So let's get started. I had these two beautiful eggplants and I decided what's better than eggplant Parmigiano, and we are going to make it together. For that we need to make a marinara sauce. For marinara sauce I have 1 can of tomatoes and I have blended it. I usually buy the whole tomatoes and I puree it or I blend it if I need it. We need lots of cheese. I don't have Parmesan cheese. We are going to make it with mozzarella. You can make it with any kind of cheese or you can mix it with any kind of different cheeses together. Anything that you have in your refrigerator will work. All you need is lots of cheese. 1 big onion, olive oil, 3 cloves of garlic, tomato paste, oregano, basil, the fresh basil, and I also added some dried basil, dried and fresh basil. That's all we need for the marinara sauce. So I'm going to start the sauce, then we will move on to prepping the eggplants. For marinara sauce, I'm going to turn on the heat. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. We're going to caramelize the onions in the olive oil. Once the onion becomes translucent, we add the garlic. Garlic released its aroma. Now I'm going to add the crushed tomatoes. I'm going to turn the heat up again and I'm going to bring it to boil. I'm adding a little bit of water just to clean my bowl and continuing to bring it to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'm going to put it on a simmer and let it simmer for a long time until I prepare my eggplants. I have turned the heat down now. I'm adding my tomato paste. My tomato paste has a little bit of oil in it because I always keep it with oil so it won't form mold on top of it, on top of the jar. Now we are going to mix all this together and we are going to simmer it for a long time. I'm also adding half a teaspoon of oregano, a little bit of basil, fresh basil, and also dried basil. I have also added salt and pepper and I'm going to simmer it until I finish frying my eggplants. Our marinara sauce is simmering. Now let's move on to the eggplants. We have 2 eggplants. I'm going to cut one lengthwise. I'm going to discard that and we are going to cut this in 1/4 inch lengths, just like this, in 1/4 inches. Okay, I cut one to 1/4 inch lengths and I'm going to cut the other one into round ones. Yeah, we are going to discard those. And the other one we are going to cut 1/4 inch thick, but it's going to be round ones, just like this. Okay, now we have 1/4 inch thick lengthwise, and we also have a round ones, 1/4 inch thickness. I'm going to dip it. So this goes into the flour, then we are going to dip it in the egg. And I also have a breadcrumbs here, and I put 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, the black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm mixing it all together. And this goes into the breadcrumbs. I have about 3 tablespoons of oil in my pan, and now we are going to fry this in the pan. I have fried the eggplants. I also have my marinara sauce. It has been simmering for a long time. We need a pan like this, and I have applied a little bit of olive oil, and I have spread it all around. Now I am going to assemble the eggplant and the marinara sauce. So this is going to be the presentation side, and I want the presentation side to be the prettiest one. I picked the big round eggplant, and now I am going to assemble the rest around it. I'm kind of overlapping it and pressing it down. And I'm continuing to overlap. Now I'm going to assemble the long ones, and I'm also going to overlap those. We don't need any gaps in between the eggplants. I think you got the idea. And I continue the same process until everything is fully covered. Now we have to layer the cheese and the marinara sauce. I'm applying generous amount of mozzarella cheese. I'm adding mozzarella, but you can add any kind of cheese that you have. It would be preferable if you have a Parmesan cheese. Then marinara goes on top of this, and on top of marinara I will also add more cheese. So more cheese, it's more tastier. If you don't want to put as much cheese, it's up to you. You can do as much as you prefer. And one more layer of cheese. If you have eggplant, you can also put more eggplant. then start layering again. But I don't have much eggplant left, so I'm going to finish it with cheese and try to close it with the eggplant. Trying to bring all the edges in and try to close it. Too bad I don't have too many eggplants left. I only have 2 left, and I'm going to try to close all the gaps with the eggplant. It would have been preferable if I had more eggplant, but unfortunately I don't have any more left. So I only have 2 left, and I have to work with what I have. I'm putting a plate on top so it will keep it intact and it will help for the shape. And it goes into the 350-degree oven for about half an hour. I took it out of the oven and it's cooling down, and after it cools down I can plate it. After it cooled down, I have turned it upside down and the bottom became the presentation slide. We cooked another delicious recipe together. Thanks for joining me at Margaret LALIK'S kitchen. If you liked my recipe, please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel. I release new videos every Sunday. Thanks for subscribing and supporting my channel. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week, and wonderful life. See you next Sunday. Bye bye.